only deity who was powerful enough to receive the great torrent of the Ganges upon his head. Because if she had, if Ganga, Mother Ganga, had fallen on earth directly, it would have been traumatic, it would have been chaotic, it would have been disastrous. And the legend goes that he protected the earth by receiving the holy river Ganga.
Is there any other legends about that story in regards to him protecting Mother Ganga?
Well,
she was so pure?
Yeah, well, purity, there's that aspect of it too. But again, you have to read more about this. It beats me at the moment. I can't think of anything else that relates to Ganga at this stage. But surely there are legends and there are mythology abound in our shastras, which you could read. But Ganga is supposed to be very, very pure and holy and auspicious. He who bathes in the river Ganga gets purified. There was some research done by some Australian discoverers who went to sail up the Ganges River, and they found malaria. No, believe it or not, I read this in the internet. Malaria bacteria, when put into samples of the Ganges water, die. They curl up and die. I don't know why this is so, but there's a writing about it. An Australian discoverer went up the Ganges in a big, huge dinghy. A whole team of discoverers went up there, and he talked about this on the internet, and I read it. But there again, but the Ganges today is a different Ganges than it were thousands of years ago, because of India being industrialized. The purity is not there if you go downriver. In Haridwar, a holy place, they dam the river in 2 points. And if you go to swim there, the water is very, very icy cold. The sun is like 90 to 100 degrees on the banks, but you dive in, the water is icy cold. It's very, very refreshing. And of course, the way they dam the river, the water flows rapidly, and it's a job trying to swim up against the current. I did that on 2 occasions.
You did?
It really is nice. It really is nice. And the water is fresh because it's closer to the Himalayas.
Did you get a special feeling when you were in the Ganges?
There's people all around you. There's music. There's chanting. There are prayers.
So you definitely feel it.
Yes, you have that aura, that feeling of divinity around you. Even though you're striving to get some of it, it's there. There's this feeling that God is here. This is a holy place, and there are thousands and thousands of people who go there every day to bathe, and even to put the ashes of their relatives in the river. The holy river, water is the giver of life, and water takes, after death as well. Most people down in Kashi, which is another city that is famed by Lord Shiva, or famed through Lord Shiva, is called Benares or Kashi. This is where they have one of the foremost Hindu or Indian university. They burn the dead on the banks, and they tip them into the river.
Doesn't Lord Shiva also represent, he's a destroyer of, he also is involved with death?
Yes, well, if you read some books, you'll say he is the Lord of Time, Kala. And of course, some books relate Yamraj, the god of death, with Lord Shiva.
Right.
But yes, obviously, he's the god of time. When you die, he sent his ghost-like goblins and creatures that he have his boot. He's lord of the ghost-like people who take away the soul. You remember that movie? What's it called? With Whoopi Goldberg. Ghost. Yeah,
okay,
Ghost.
Yeah, I remember Ghost.
When that baddie died in the movie, and these henchmen were coming to take him away. We have the similar writings in the Shiv Puran. There was a beautiful story about a guy who was born in a religious home who turned bad, and he left his wife, killed his mother and father, and he went away with the wealth, and he did a lot of bad things. But because he had listened to the Shiv Puran for a moment, when he died, he was supposed to go to the god of death, Yamraj. But when Yamraj sent his henchmen to take his soul away, as it were, Lord Shiva sent his gunner to rescue him, because he had received some punya, some merit, by listening to Shiva's katha. The stories in our shastras are so good. They're interrelated in a unique manner. One thing relates to another. Basically, it's called karma phala. Whatever you do, you get the fruits of your actions.
Right.
You don't escape this, the rewards of your actions, whether in this life or the next life. We have 3 types of karma, and Shiva is also involved in this. We have 3 types of karma. We have a thing called prarabdha karma. Prarabdha karma is the fruits of your actions you're experiencing.